What's going on, growth chasers? It's the Dividend Bloodhound here, back with another investing episode. Today's episode we're asking a super important question in that why is nobody buying Tattooed Chef stock right now, despite it de-SPACing very recently and successfully, and also having an absolute knockout Q3. Nobody seems to be buying the stock, it just seems to be selling off at the moment and hovering around the $17 mark. In this video we're going to try and discover exactly why that is, what the future holds for Tattooed Chef, and what my opinion is on it currently as an investor. If this video sounds like something that you're interested in, then do please stick around after the intro and consider absolutely smashing that like button and subscribing to my channel as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. See you on the flip side of the intro. So, why is nobody buying Tattooed Chef stock? Well, in my opinion, and remember I'm just a guy from YouTube, I have invested in Tattooed Chef stock, just as a disclaimer there, but in my opinion there's a few key reasons as to why that is. I'm going to go over 3 or 4 of them in this video so you can make your own investing choices and see whether you want to stick in with this company at the moment, sell for the short term and come back later, or just leave the company well alone. That is obviously, of course, completely up to you. This sort of sentiment should go away with time. It's just one of those things that the company has to establish itself and establish investor and consumer confidence in it. Now I see this going away over the next coming couple of months or so and into next year, early 2021, when people actually start to gather pace, and pending no skeletons in the closet like Nicola had, I really don't see a problem with this stock continuing to grow over the longer term. Number 2. Tattooed Chef stock still doesn't have any analyst coverage. Now that is a big thing for a lot of investors, to have a reputable analyst company like JP Morgan, AJ Bell, that side of things, to actually come in and give the stock a rating, a buy, a hold, a sell rating and an actual price target. Until some investors see that, they're going to stay well away from the stock completely. So it has to be said that a lot of people, you're going to have to be patient and wait for the analysts to start running coverage on this one. Now there have been some murmurings out there that there are going to be coverage starting either late this year in December or definitely early in 2021. Now the key thing to remember is that analysts are not obliged to tell Tattooed Chef or us investors when they're going to pick up coverage. It will just happen in an announcement, and then us investors will have to dig into the details and see exactly what they've said, but they're under no obligation to say exactly when this will be. Therefore, more cautious investors are likely to stay away, and the stock price will remain compressed and suppressed because there is no coverage there at all, and until that actually happens, that is likely to happen, that is likely to carry on essentially. Now when that does happen, and I can't even speak, analysts do come out of the woodwork and they start giving price targets, proper price targets and buy and hold ratings, etc., then you can expect to see confidence in the company growing and that stock price ticking upwards. But again, the key one is this one, is just patience, waiting your time, biding your time. A third reason is a lot of people, especially ones that I've spoke to, still don't even know who Tattooed Chef is. They don't know the brand, they don't know the food, they don't know anything about it. And this is something that is only really going to be taken care of with, you guessed it again, time. Time for that customer base to build, time for the investor base to build, and investors to see YouTube videos, analysis records, analysis data, all of that side of things. And then you've got the customer base to build as well. They're only just getting distribution out to the likes of Walmart, Costco across the United States. That's going to actually take a little bit of time to bed in, and then that to be ultimately reflected in the share price. Now this can be quite a slow process. However, Tattooed Chef have gone on the record and say that they've got a marketing budget and a marketing plan to accelerate this process massively. This is to the tune of millions and millions of dollars that they're planning to spend in 2021 to really boost the brand name of Tattooed Chef and really get it out there so people know exactly what it is, what it represents, and that they want to buy it. And that will work twofold. It'll build the customer base, word of mouth will spread that way, and then in the same way it'll grab some headlines and it'll also get investors excited and bring even more investors on board to obviously buy into the stock. And then that is when you'll start seeing the stock price ticking up, and even FOMO, just like Beyond Meat did, that sort of thing taking place, and the stock price really starting to spike upwards. The fourth and final reason before I conclude today is that the perceived tattooed chef links to the Beyond Meat company. Now yes, there's absolutely loads of similarities there. They operate in the same sector. They obviously provide the same sort of service. They're both looking to obviously continue growing and get their products out there as much as they possibly can. But Beyond Meat the other day suffered a big setback because they were hoping to pen a deal with McDonald's and get their products basically being sold at all McDonald's, possibly across the whole of the United States, but even globally as well. But McDonald's decided to go its own way with this. Sorry, we've digressed off subject a little bit, but McDonald's decided to go their own way with this and come up with the McPlant with their own scientists, their own products, and it's basically going to be theirs. And they're going to have a little bit of collaboration with Beyond Meat, but they're not actually going to use their product. Now this caused a massive sell-off in the Beyond Meat share price, and that also had a knock-on effect with Tattooed Chef as well. So it seems that rightly or wrongly at the moment, the two are inherently linked to each other. Something that affects Beyond Meat will also affect Tattooed Chef by inherently being in the same sector, even though Tattooed Chef had nothing to do with the McDonald's deal and hasn't actually made any headway into the big providers over in the United States or the world at the moment, in terms of, I'm talking like Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Burger King, that sort of thing. They haven't got any headroads into that yet, but that will be coming down the line, I have no doubt. But the stock price sold off even though nothing actually happened to Tattooed Chef personally. This is not an unusual occurrence. A lot of oil companies and energy companies will sell off at the same time. Same with companies that all share the same sector. If it's something that's relevant to their sector, that's sold off. And that is something that we'll just have to get used to as investors. Hopefully, down the line, Tattooed Chef will establish itself in its own right and potentially be a little bit less affected by goings on at Beyond Meat. In my conclusion then, guys, and this is only my opinion, of course, I'm just a guy on YouTube as always, and I'm already an investor in Tattooed Chef stock. However, I see so many people getting impatient with this company. I'm a believer in the long term and biding your time. The $16, $17, $18 share price at the moment, in my opinion, is an absolute bargain. I'm hoovering up as much as I can at this price because I really do see it getting to the likes of $50 and higher over the next 6, 12, 18 months or so, especially with all the marketing campaign that is coming in 2021, the online sales picking up, distribution establishing itself, the potential expansion to not just the United States but Europe as well. All of these sorts of things are going to cause still massive growth in revenue, and that is what a lot of growth investors are looking for. So I can really see investors piling into this stock later down the line. But for now, it's just going to be a case of, as with most investing, a waiting game. You're not going to make money overnight with this one. It's the excitement of it being a SPAC has died away now. It is now a legitimate growth business that is being analysed by Wall Street in the short to medium term, and you're going to have to treat it as such. Hoover it up at bargain prices and then sit back and wait for the fundamentals to establish themselves, wait for the business to establish itself, and then all the other investors will pile in later on down the line, and you can sit back knowing that you got in early at the start and then watch the cash come flying back to you when you get 3-figure returns on this company or even more than that. A final word from me, you just have to be patient with this one. As I've already said, wait for the analyst coverage, wait for the marketing campaign to take hold, wait for the revenue to grow and continued great quarters and revenue growth and profit growth, and then just sit back, wait and watch it turn into a multi-billion-dollar company, just like Beyond Meat has gone to being worth billions of dollars. Tattooed Chef is just about worth $1 billion at one stage, and then it's going to carry on accelerating and catch up potentially with Beyond Meat. And if that happens, you, people that have started investing from the start stand to make an absolutely massive return, and that is something that I'm really looking forward to. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to research out and try and sniff out some of the data for you, to really shed some light onto why this company isn't accelerating quite as quick as some people would expect. I hope to try and answer the question that I keep seeing in forums: why isn't the price $25, why isn't the price $30, etc. And the simple thing is, just wait, bide your time and wait. I'm hoovering up as many shares as I can in balance with my portfolio at this price. Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode. If you can see your way to absolutely smashing that like button, that'd be absolutely great. And hopefully I'll see you in another investing episode. Catch you there.